The SEC is coming after decentralized exchange Uniswap and has issued a wealth notice. My friends, we will discuss this and much, much more today. What's going on, my free thinking rebels, and welcome to another Decrypting Crypto live stream. It is your host, Stefan Subero, the Holistic Growth Mentor. I am a certified holistic financial planning coach specializing in digital asset management. Now, I am on a mission to help busy parents and entrepreneurs just like yourself safely invest and automate your digital assets, create passive income, and build a legacy for yourself, your family, and your community. So listen, of course, SEC, there's been so many of these like in the last couple of weeks. The SEC is not calming down. They know what's coming and they want to get rid of decentralization. They don't want you to be able to buy cryptocurrencies outside of the centralized exchanges because they don't know what's happening. They can't control it. They can't make any money from it. That's the main thing. They can't make any money from it when they don't know what's happening. So let's jump into this article right now. We see that the decentralized exchange Uniswap has received a wealth notice from the US SEC. Marvin Amori, Chief Legal Officer of Uniswap, verified the notification from the regulator on April 10th, just a couple days ago. The SEC formally notifies companies of individuals that they plan to propose enforcement action against them if a wealth notice. Now, in response to this notification, the receiver is invited to provide a written justification, a wealth submission for the non-approval of the proposed action. Now, arbitrary enforcement goes on to say this. Look, with Uniswap, users can automate token transfers on the Ethereum blockchain, eliminating the need for the centralized exchanges or other middlemen. That's important. The middlemen are the ones that make the money. This allows them to swap many crypto tokens at once. So again, this is the key right here. Decentralization and autonomy from individuals, right? You and me wanting to trade, do our thing. And obviously centralized governments do not like that. So according to Amari, the Uniswap protocol, together with its web app and wallet, does not fulfill the legal requirement of a security exchange or broker. He went on to say that the protocol is in favor of crypto rules and the straightforward rules of law that Americans demand, rather than arbitrary enforcement and the persistent misuse of power. Look, my friends, I wanna really push a bit of shed a bit of light on this, because a lot of people, the SEC will always come back and they'll say, well, they're doing this to protect you, right? Because you are a scared sheep that needs protecting. You're not able to utilize your brain, assess a situation, and use a bit of common sense. And don't get me wrong, the crypto space is full of scams. It's full of deceiving people. It's full of crooks, 100%. But everywhere is full of scams, full of crooks, full of deceiving people. The government is full of that. The banks are full of it. So we cannot say that crypto is the only place that has this everywhere in the world. So as an individual, it is now in your best interest to educate yourself, mentor yourself, find the guidance and the help to ensure that you're not scammed, to ensure that you do wise investment, to ensure that you can safeguard your money and your wealth for yourself and your family. Again, dropping a shill for you. Use the link in the description if this is you. You want to get educated. You want to have that guidance, that mentorship, that help. We're here to guide you on your journey. So please take a minute, just check us out. Now, let's move on to some market analysis. Nothing much. This week was pretty flat. We can see that Bitcoin is still, only sitting at the 70,100 zone. We've kind of just been ranging between the $68,000 and $70,000. Not much movement in the crypto space in general. Consolidation is happening right now. Now, personally, if we take a look at the Bitcoin rainbow chart, we can see that the halving is pretty much, we're approaching the halving very, very soon. And we have just been kind of ranging, like I said, between the hodl and the still cheap zone, right? So still cheap, hodl, we're kind of ranging on that support and resistance. And at this stage, again, what could we potentially see happening in the next couple of weeks? Very hard to say. Couple different scenarios that could be played out. We can jump on that in a second. Now, if we also take a look at the driving force of what's been causing the massive price action with Bitcoin and the crypto space in general, it's been the ETF inflow. Now, we can see that the inflows in the past have been very, very high. Last 3 weeks when the price of Bitcoin went skyrocketing, we had a shitload of money coming in through the ETFs. Now, we can see that the last 4 weeks, it's been the complete opposite. We've had much, much more outflow than inflow. This week, again, nothing much happening. And I've said it before, until we see something like this start happening again in the ETFs, I potentially think that, we'll continue to see this sideways price action, indecision happening. Maybe after the halving, we can potentially see something crazy start going to happen again. But if we look at the chart, we can see that we've just been consolidating sideways. We had this breakdown. We've confirmed this momentum as support. And again, we broke out of this resistance, and we're just kind of been ranging on it, right? Breaking back down and on top. So this is all indecision. Until we break that 74, let's call it $74,000, get some clean volume support and potentially some inflows from the ETF, I think that we could potentially keep going down following this resistance as the support. And maybe after the halving, we could potentially see a breakout, or we might see a final drop back down to that 63, potentially 60,000 area that a lot of us have been kind of waiting for, and then a continuation move. Again, these are the scenarios we look out for. We are just looking at support and resistance at this stage. If we break a specific support, then we can see something happen. If we break the resistance, then potentially the opposite will happen. That is the game of trading. Now, before we move on to our reaction video, let's just listen to a quick message from our sponsors at Breakout Solutions. As the world sinks deeper into debt, your hard-earned money loses value daily. The solution: safeguard your wealth with smart, diversified, and decentralized income strategies. Breakout Solutions is on a mission to take back personal freedom, individual rights, and financial sovereignty. As the era of CBDC's digital IDs and social credit system approaches, it's crucial to act now to safeguard your financial future. Introducing the Future of Money, your guide to what's happening and what is coming. Join our 90-minute session to equip yourself, your loved ones, and your business against a system bent on control. Your time is precious. Don't waste it anymore. Use the link below, join our next virtual event, and access my exclusive bonuses. So let's take a look at this video. Just a couple of clips that I found this week, and actually, thanks to my team, Tim, for putting this together for everyone. Let's react to this and see what nuggets we can pull from this clip.
The Fed, with respect to rates, is reactive, right? They're not proactive. They react to the economy, both positive and negatively. So when the economy's ripping and inflation's starting to turn up and growth is high, they'll start to rein back in the liquidity. They'll raise rates and try to slow down the car so it doesn't careen off the edge. And inevitably, that's when they break things because they go too far.
Yeah, so I think throughout the cycle, over the next 18 to 24 months, we top 200,000. I think
200,000.
Yes.
Wait, there's a lot of people. I don't mean to single you out, but you pick a very high headline number, and that makes the headline, and everybody looks at you. You really think it's going to be 200,000?
Well, sort of based on historical trading.
Look, I find this so funny because, like I said in the last live stream, it's like you are seeing this every single day now, What happened 6 months ago when Bitcoin was at, $25,000? Why weren't you hearing, hey, maybe you should start buying Bitcoin right now when it's at this low price, right? This is when you should get in and have a sound investment like us, the smart money. You don't hear that then. At that stage, you're hearing, run away, Bitcoin is a scam, blah, 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 rah, rah, rah. All right, let's continue.
Pattern. So what's happening is all the Bitcoin miners, those that process transactions, their reward for processing those transactions is going to get cut in half in a few weeks. Okay, every single halving cycle, which is what it's called when this happens, has led to a triple of the previous cycle high. That previous cycle is about 67,000. Previous cycle high that we saw in 2021. So that puts us right at about 200,000 at the end of this cycle. And like now, with the U.S. government creating $1 trillion in new debt every 100 days. Okay, the invention of the ETFs, making it much easier for many investors to own Bitcoin versus owning a cryptocurrency wallet. We've seen a fundamental change. So I.
Hear your comments on that. So please let me know in the comments what you think. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please take a minute, just smash that subscribe button, show your support. And look, that is all I have for you today. It's always a pleasure, and I'll see you in the next video. Stefan